Hey guys, today I have a long-awaited Master by Carlos Torano, one of my all-time favorites. This will probably be my third or fourth. It's in a Torpedo, I believe 6x50. I'll double check and put it in the description, but I believe it's a 6x50. One of my all-time favorite cigars. Has a great smell to it. The name Master comes from the master blender who collaborated with Carlos Torano to make it. I forgot his name, but I think it was... Well, I don't want to say a name because I don't know. I don't want to give the wrong person credit. But it's pretty much Torano's... forgot what it's called. Tobacconist? No. Torpedo. I'm not sure what it's called, but well, the master behind the Torano cigars, who I think also has his own line of cigars. I think you can pick them up at Neptune. Anyway, Master by Carlos Torano. Here's the band. This is Master. It's nice and embossed. Simple, nice, elegant band. It says Master. On the bottom says Carlos Torano. Has a nice milk chocolate color. Really faint smell. It's a little bit veiny. Very slight tooth. Very little. It's very very straight. Very symmetrical. When you cut your torpedoes, you don't want to cut it too much. You don't want to cut it so much that it turns into like a normal, Churchill. You want to keep the taper of it a bit. It channels the smoke in like a funnel, and it changes it. It's not just an aesthetic feature. There we go. I've never had it in this size before. I've had the Toro and I've had the Robusto. So every time I've had it, I've tried it in a new size because I love them so much. I've had it in Churchill, Toro, and Robusto. So far, not that much difference. And I mean, I think they're all the same gauge. So in the end, they just changed the smoke time. Because the only thing that's different is the length. I adjusted a bit. It's hard with this. The flame is enormous on this thing, and even when I adjust it and put it on low, it's still a very, very large, unwieldy flame. See, I'm not getting too much out of it. Alright, there we go. The smoke opened up. Something I don't remember. Has a bit of spice here, right here at the start. I don't recall that. Yeah, definitely a bit of spice. I feel a bit of a tingle. A little bit of pepper. Feel it on my tongue. It's real light though. It has a creaminess to it. It's hard to explain. It's just creamy. This is creamy, spicy tobacco. Has a really nice finish. It's like a woody finish. And the secondhand smoke, this stuff popping up, smells great. The smoke isn't too thick. I remember it being thicker. Maybe it's because of its Torpedo. This cigar goes for around US $6. I'm not sure how much it's in Europe, and I have no idea how much it is in Australia. I don't even know if they have it over there. They probably do. Torano is a really big company. This is also a Puro, Torano's based in Nicaragua, like most companies. Well, the majority, I mean. It's pretty much either Nicaragua, Cuba, or Dominican Republic. But in the U.S., Cubans are legal, so if you're in the U.S. and you're smoking a legal cigar, it's most likely either Nicaraguan or Dominican. And if it's Dominican, it's pretty much most likely Not A Puro. What A Puro means the entire cigar, the whole composition, all the leaves are from the same country. So it's pure, in other words, A Puro. So when you hear some people call it in Spanish A Puro, they're referring to a cigar. They might not know what puro means, but it's a cigar in Spanish. It could either be cigarro, tobacco. Cubans call it tabaco, puro, even habano. But if you know about cigars, you know that each of those things means something different. But pretty much in Spanish, you can refer to it many ways. But puro means all the leaves of the cigar from the same country. So this is a Nicaraguan puro, all Nicaraguan. The Torano factory is in Estelí, Nicaragua, like many other companies. Perdomo's there, many companies. Nicaragua is perfect for tobacco. It's just a really creamy, woody, with a slight spice, a little bit of pepper. Definitely medium body. This has never given me a headache or any nausea. The nicotine strength for me is very low, which I love. I like when there's an imbalance of flavor to nicotine strength. The strength being low and the flavor being high. And this the flavor isn't really abundant or robust. But it definitely has a nice, creamy, smooth flavor. It's very silky smooth, the smoke. And it's like a creamy wood with a little bit of spice. Perfect cigar. I love it so much. Here's a burn line. I toasted it real quick. I mean, with this freaking enormous flame. Hard to, and that's on medium setting, by the way. You can make it almost double that. It's pretty hard to toast it evenly with a torch lighter, especially one as big as that. It's meant for bigger gauge cigars. Usually, when you see these types of lighters, you'll usually see them in your stores, in your cigar shops, lounges. These are called table lighters. And usually they'll be triple torch. They're made for bigger gauge cigars. And they're not ideal for indoor, but people have become accustomed to using these instead of good old matches or yellow flame lighters, which is the best for cigars. It's a lot easier to pick this up, press a button, and in 2 seconds you have it lit. But, if let's say, if you go on your lunch break from work and you don't have that much time, yeah, just do this, whatever. You're there in a hurry. But if you have time, if you're there on the weekend, if you're there, you plan to be there for a while, take your time, put this aside, try using some matches. Trust me, it'll pay off. Only reason I used that today is because I ran out of matches. But please, guys, hit me up with any requests. I have 2 already in my agenda, 2 requests. I have the My Father #1. Robusto, which I've had before, but I haven't reviewed it, so I'll do a review of that. And also, I believe it was a Perdomo 10th anniversary Maduro. I'll be reviewing those shortly, as soon as I pick them up at the store. Probably go there tomorrow. Well, by the time I upload it, the dates won't matter, but probably within a few days of when this video is uploaded. Or I can tell you right now that My Father #1 is not my favorite from the line. My favorite, and the first one I had, was the Blue Label. That is my all-time favorite My Father cigar. And then I would have to say the Flor de las Antillas. Their new cigar. Great cigar. I think it came out May 2012, last year. A great cigar. Aficionado gave it first place. I don't agree with it getting first place, but I like it, but not enough for it to be first place. But then again, I think when they do that, I mean, the best cigar that came out that year, and for cigars that came out that year, I can see it being at least top 5. Well, I don't think they do it that way because in 2011, the Prensado one by Alec Bradley, and I think that cigar came out a while back, so I don't know. I don't know how they do their thing. When I first started smoking cigars, and you know, I was experimenting, I would look to Aficionado to see, you know, the top 25 of the year, and I would buy those, or the ones that were available, because some are Cuban, and for the most part I was disappointed, so with most of them. So I just started, you know, walking in the store and just picking stuff up at random, and mostly what I would do is I would look for bands that, you know, cigar bands that stood out, that looked nice. Pretty much, didn't care about the price, didn't care about, you know, the size. I would just look for cigars with nice bands, and I would pick them up. Like a cigar that has a beautiful band, and it's really huge, intricate band, is La Sirena. It's based here in Miami. Great cigar line, beautiful band. It has like a nautical theme, has like a mermaid and anchors. Really nice. I'll be reviewing that. Definitely. It's one of my favorites. One of the first I had. It's a full-bodied cigar with a lot of pepper, a lot of flavor, real deep, earthy notes. Another one I smoked early on, one of my first cigars. I started off with the big boys. I started off, some of my first cigars were Opus X. I started off with real expensive cigars. I shouldn't have. Real complex, expensive cigars, and if I could go back, I wouldn't have. I would have saved them for later. But I started off with a Prensado. I started off with a Opus X. Started off with a Padron 1964. You know, real expensive, big label cigars. Montecristos, the expensive ones, like the white and the platinum. These mass-produced cigars, I'm not knocking them or anything, but these mass-produced cigars, you know, the ones that are all owned by the same company, like Montecristo, Partagas, Romeo y Julieta, to me they all taste the same. To me they're overpriced, and to me they're as generic as can be, and just really not so great. An exception being Montecristo White Label. It's expensive, and I would say maybe even it's a little overpriced, but I don't mind buying it, and I really like it, and I always have one or two in my humidor. That's definitely from those 3 brands, one of my favorites. When I want a nice when I want a nice Connecticut, a smooth Connecticut cigar, I either pick up a white Churchill from Montecristo, I pick up a Vega Fina, or of course the staple in my collection, Diamond Crown. That's always a great Connecticut, even though it's pricey. But you should always have one of those in your humidor whenever you're in the mood for a smooth, light cigar. I'm waiting for it to hit the 14-minute mark so I can show you guys how quickly it burns. So just about now, here's the burn line at 14 minutes. It's about 3 centimeters. So it's a moderate burn. It's about average. Pretty much any cigar will burn that much in that amount of time. It's about 3/4 of an inch, 3 centimeters. And the burn line is pretty okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not going crazy or anything. It's not wavy. Flavors haven't changed. I feel the pepper in my chest. The spice has gone down, but the pepper's still there. It's really light though. It's still woody. It's still creamy. The smoke is still very smooth. Yeah, just get a nice bit of wood in there. It's nice creamy wood. I think what's missing to make this cigar like a perfect cigar for me would be if they had like what the Padron has, the 1964. Like a little bit of a chocolate note in there, like a little bit of sweetness, not too much, but a little bit. You know, not so much as like a flavored cigar, but you know, just a little bit of chocolate in the background to mix, because I think it would go great with the wood and the cream, and the tiny bit of spice and pepper. That would make this perfect. I don't know if they intended it to have chocolate. I don't know if in the blend, and how they describe it, they say it has chocolate. I don't know, but I don't feel any. But if it did, I mean, it would be great. For me, it would be probably my favorite cigar if it had a little bit of that chocolate. Me, if I had more money, what I would smoke every day, I don't know if I'd do a video for this. I should do a video for it, but I'll mention it here. If I had, you know, if I was wealthy, affluent, and didn't mind, you know, throwing down $15-20 every day for a cigar, or $60 a day for a few of them, I would pick definitely my signature cigar would be a Padron 1964. To me, that is hands down the most exquisite, delicious, you know, enjoyable cigar I've ever had. It's just the most luxurious, amazing, delicious. Like, you enjoy it, every moment of it. I mean, there's absolutely nothing, no cons, nothing bad, no negative things I can possibly think of for a Padron 1964. To me, it is flawless, perfect 10 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with it. On a scale of 100, it gets 100. Absolutely perfect. It has everything that a luxury cigar should have, everything that a premium quality cigar should have. If you want to establish what a luxury premium cigar is, have a Padron 1964. It should appeal to everybody's taste. It has a little bit of everything. It's great for new smokers who don't mind spending the money. It's great for veteran smokers who haven't had it. If you haven't had it by now and you've been smoking a while, I mean, you're really missing out. I don't know what you're waiting for. Padron 1964. It's very pricey. I mean, the tiny little ones. You're talking about around the same price as an Opus X Cohiba, around $14 to $20. But it's definitely worth it. They're nice box press cigars. They're also here in Miami, their headquarters. And my brick and mortar shop around the corner has a special deal with him, because he's been selling Padron since he opened up. So the prices are a little bit lower, around $2 less per cigar. So I can get the really big size, the Imperial or Presidente size. I think it's Imperial, for like $15, and I think the standard price is $17. So you know, I buy as much of those as I can. That's a great cigar. I'm definitely going to be reviewing that. Be a nice long video. 18 minutes in. The burn line is getting a little bit straighter. It's correcting itself. It's about an inch now, around 4 centimeters. It's the ash is pretty solid. It's not flaking or flowering. It's like a nice charcoal color, like on a barbecue. Like when the charcoal is just starting to burn, it has that nice white gray ash. The draw on this is forgot to mention. The draw is medium. You know, it's not too loose, not too strong. It's just about right. It should appeal to everybody. I just got a big shot of cream right there, with no pepper, just cream, like the top of a cappuccino. Delicious. That's nice. The thing with a Padron, you get cream and chocolate throughout. Coffee, chocolate, cream. It's just exquisite. I would say this is ultra premium, and for the price, it's great. I mean, this has everything that a premium cigar should have. I mean, they could tighten it up a little bit, you know, the wrapper, the aesthetics of it a bit, and it would be, I would consider it to be up there with the big boys like the Opus X, Padron, Cohiba. If they just maybe cleaned it up a bit, because it's the wrapper's a little bit rough, but it's just an aesthetic. I mean, it wouldn't change anything. It's around $6 to $8. Probably 8 to 10 in Canada. I have no idea what the conversions are for Australian money. Well, this is probably my longest video, so I'll do a part 2. Nothing has changed. Here and there I get some bursts of cream, which is very nice. The pepper has died down. It's almost gone. I don't feel it anymore. I don't taste it. The spice is gone. Just have that creamy wood right now. It's real nice. Alright guys, till next time. Do a part 2.